Hi everybody and big welcome to cEDH TV gameplay. I brought a mascot. Now some of you might wonder how we're able to record some of these games. You see, we are playing with our hands visual for you, but when we are playing it, this is how it looks like. We have black bars down there that is making it impossible for us, for me, to see what Pontus has in his hand, except if he's flipping it like that. But during the match, you are watching it like this, and you get to hear some of our thought process during the match to preferably, potentially, help you be guided by our genius strategies and mastermind intelligence.
Or tell us when we're wrong. Before we get to the deck, I called out Mons last time, and I saw the stats, and so did everyone else. And I just want to let everyone know the curse is broken. I'm going fourth. As you probably saw last time, these are the stats for how often I've gone third. I had a feeling last time that something was up. We are doing it randomly. Just doesn't feel like that anymore. And today I went fourth, so the stats are not looking good. But the deck, is it Ob Nixilis? It plays pretty similarly to Ob Nixilis, but instead of having all the pingers in the deck, it is the commander's the pinger. So you storm off, make a bunch of mana, and hopefully kill people before you run out of steam. And we also have Quicksilver Elemental, which is a weird interaction where it lets you copy ability of Vivi, and then it keeps the ability to gain the ability from Vivi, which gets around the once per turn clause, so it just makes infinite mana. So that's always good. And then we just draw our deck, hope people die.
So today I'm bringing Locke, one of the new commander from Final Fantasy. I actually didn't build the deck, I just put in some of the cards and changed. Pontus helped me build this deck, so we will see how it goes. But mostly it will attack and probably steal some cards or gain a lot of pressures. We will see.
Today I'm bringing Noctis. This is a commander that I initially overlooked completely. To be perfectly honest, I saw a Reddit thread about the interaction between artifacts not actually hitting battlefield. So, for example, Mox Diamond, you can infinitely cast as long as you don't discard a land. And if you then have an Aetherflux Reservoir, for example, you can storm off infinitely and kill everyone. The same is true for any zero mana artifacts, together with Vexing Bauble or Strength Void. So basically we're just trying to mill ourselves really quickly and then do some sort of artifact stormy thing. And otherwise we're just like Esper with Thassa's Oracle Consult, I guess. Necro should be fine.
Me, I am playing Kefka Dancing Mad. I really like this character from Final Fantasy VI. He's a very hilarious kind of clown, and I kind of like the gimmick of potentially getting some random stuff. So I'm holding my thumbs and hoping for the best. Other than that, it is a trying to ritual out the commander as fast as possible, but we can also try to ritual out an Adnos or a peer into the abyss or a Necropotence. So it's like either Ritual Commander or Ritual a Wincon. We have something of like a mid-range or value and kinda in the command zone and fast Rakdos turbo combo. I actually think I'm going to keep this first 7. We have Valky God of Lies. Or no, sorry, we can't get Valky God of Lies or Cosmic Imposter turn 2 because we might be needing, or we might use Lion's Eye Diamond to actually get that into play. In the end, I'm gonna keep this. If we top take like more rituals, this will be a Cosmic Imposter turn 2, and I'm kind of happy with that.
Our first 7 highlights some of the clunkiness in this deck, because this hand is great once we get to our commander. Or well, it's pretty good. It's not great. But as we don't really have any ramp, we have 3 lands, this hand is probably just 3 lands into Windfall. Isn't that great? This hand just doesn't really work. Second 7 is way more interesting. This is a turn 2 Necro that probably has backup, and I think that's always something we keep in seats 2 with just 1 blue deck. We're not winning turn 2, which actually is like slightly a problem because the UL Sarktos deck is really fast. I would say Vivi is actually really fast too if they get a good hand, and I assume the Rakdos deck most plays is fast because that's like what Rakdos does. Like Rakdos is the fast part of Grixis. So not being able to win before turn 3 might be a problem, but I don't think it is. And the Force of Will be live for protecting ourselves post Necro as well. So I think this hand probably just kind of gets us there. We're probably not going to be able to do the Noctis line with this hand, even though we have like half of the combo for it. But that doesn't really mean it's bad, because we still have turn 2 Necro, turn 3 probably win. So I'll keep this.
Okay, so I also brought a mascot today. Here's my mascot, and let's see our starting hand. Usually I'm not very lucky on this channel when I do my starting hand, but let's hope for the best. I got a lucky charm. Oh, do I like it? We only have one land that can tap into 2 mana. I actually, now considering it, what do you think? Okay, he wanna run away. He don't like this hand. I can get my commander out really early, like turn 2, even turn 1 if I like sacrifice my entire hand. How do I like that? It's crazy to consider, but having my commander out turn 1 is kinda good because we are hitting everyone whenever we attack. So each player will get milled, we will get 1 card from each player. I will keep this and see how this will go.
Turn 1 Talisman without an active Opal. We do have the Tandem Lookout already, but we should be able to do better than this. Only 1 land. If it had another land, that is turn 1 Vivi into turn 2 nothing, actually. Get to offer something. Don't have any buffers for Vivi, so I'll go for a 6. This has a buttload of colorless mana, but nothing else really. Maybe we should have kept the first hand. Second 7 was definitely not good enough. The first one was also pretty low on mana situation. Yeah, I think we're keeping this as a 6. Yeah, I think we're just bottoming the Imperial Recruiter here.
Let's begin. Draw a card. Let's do luxury suit. Sweet. Then we're casting a Lion's Eye Diamond and passing the turn.
Go to my turn. Oh yeah, sure. Land from be a Bloodseed Mire. I'll crack it, finding a scrub land, tapping it for a Esper. With Esper in play, I will cast a Ursa's Bubble. I'll then crack the bubble targeting Snuske. Then I pass the turn to draw a card when you will upkeep.
Taking my turn then. I have my Lucky Charm back. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play this Peat Bog that enters tap. After that, I wanna join Mons on this Lion's Eye Diamond. You can draw a card from this. After that, I will play this Mox Amber. And after that, I will pass my turn. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm gonna do more. I'm not gonna be a coward like Mons. I actually wanna play my commander. I will exile this Simian Spirit Guide, gaining 1 red mana. Crack this Lion's Eye Diamond for 3 black. Having 4 in the mana pool and discarding my hand and discarding a Mox Diamond, Deflecting Swap, Wishclaw Talisman, and a Feed the Swarm. And I will play my commander, Locke. And after that, I'm passing my turn.
Draw for turn. That's a really good draw. I'm gonna play a Volcanic Island that I definitely didn't top deck. I definitely didn't really need. And then I'm gonna follow suit, and I'm gonna play an Ursa's Bubble. Yeah, you can draw. And then I'm gonna look at a card in Pontus' hand. I'm gonna cast a Mana Vault, and then I'm going to pass.
Draw a card. Let's do Scalding Tarn. Sacrifice that, finding a bad land. I'm gonna play it a little bit slow and safe and cast Valki, God of Lies. I wanna look at, or well, I want you guys to reveal your hands.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Can I concede now?
So Pontus has a Force, 8 of luck. Oh, right. That's scary.
I have a Talisman, Grim Monolith, a Cephalic Colosseum, a Virtue of Courage, and a Nif Missid Visionary.
Looking at you guys' hands, one of you being Hellbent, seeing turn upcoming Necropotence for Pontus.
Just leave me my Niv Missid.
No, I want your Niv Missid because I think I can have your Niv Missid with my Lion's Eye Diamond here. So I'm taking the Niv Missid, and that's sadly the only thing I'm taking, and then I'm passing the turn.
Pretty sure Pontus will win before you get to cast it.
You might be right, but let's hope.
Take my turn. Land for turn will be an Otavara. And yeah, we all know about it. I don't really have any other thing going for me, so Cabalrit. Resolves, I cast my Necro. Necro resolves, and I will pay a conservative 4 life. Go to end step, get my 4 cards, go to cleanup, discard a land, Fellow Stone, and a Swords. And then my turn is over.
Alright, taking my turn. Untap, upkeep, and draw. I wanna go to combat. Let's hit the Necro player. Pontus, take 2, or lose your Esper. On the attack trigger, we all mill 1 card. So I can start. I mill a land.
I mill a Mox Diamond.
I mill a Mana Confluence.
I mill a Traumatize.
1 treasure. Okay, so that was a little bit of a whiff. I can't play the Mox Diamond because the card in my hand isn't a land. Else I could actually cast that Traumatized, which could be kinda hilarious. But I guess I will just pass from here.
Untap, draw. Well, since we weren't allowed to do what we were supposed to do and planning to do, we're gonna have to do it a turn later. I'm gonna play this Cephala Coliseum because the game plan that I have is very much focused around doing what I wanted to do. I don't think I get to do anything else. So I will take one from tapping the Cephala Coliseum, and I will have to cast a Virtue of Courage, targeting Valky to get my Niv Mizzet back.
Valky is dead, and Pontus draws a card with Esper Sentinel. Yeah, you get your Niv Mizzet back to your hand.
And Virtue of Courage goes on an adventure for future use. And I will pass my turn.
Draw a card. That was not it. It's a little bit annoying. We really needed that land that Yule milled. That mana confluence could have really helped, because that we could have achieved the 7 mana that we have. We currently have 6 mana. I miscalculated with the Cabal Ritual. Imperial Seal feels great, considering it's gonna be milled again by that Locke. So I think what we're going to do is just keep the Tainted Pact at the ready. I mean, we could Vandal Blast the Esper Sentinel, but I think I'd rather keep the Tainted Pact and use it at the end step of turn 3 for Snuske, and then turn 4 we do something cool with what we find. Or we might need to use the Tainted Pact to interact with Pontus. Might not probably work. Rakdos in the end, you know. In the end, we're just passing turn and hoping for the best.
Go to my turn. Land for turn will be a Misty Rainforest, which I will fetch. Finding a Underground Sea. So we can all see my hand. You know what I have. You know what I can do. But if you're experienced in this format, you see the problem as well. This Esper makes this Thassa's Consult really spooky. There's untapped mana from Mons. Nuskem, I don't remember his hand. I should be better than this. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anything to cast into speed from 0 mana. Otherwise, we would probably play Vivi as well, because that's how you play the deck, kinda. Yule has 1 card in his hand that's not a land. That much we know from what he said. This means that casting Thassa's Consult has high likelihood of me just dying. And this might be a bit controversial, but I prefer to not die. That's just me. So what we're going to do instead is just Necro. That's a pretty good plan B. Yeah, let's just activate Necro for 30. Then I'd like to go to my end step. How nice of the deck to just put this card first. Tap 3 for board. Tap 3? Tap 2.
You know what, Pontus? I'm gonna be a champion. I'm gonna cast a Tainted Pact in response to you Born Upon the Wind. Then I'm gonna sacrifice my Lion's Eye Diamond for 3 red, discarding my entire hand size. I'm ready. I will use my one of my free floating 2 to pay for your Esper Sentinel trigger 2. Rakdos interaction coming in your way. Be ready.
I pass.
Time to dig. We're looking for red or pyro. Oh, Orcish Bowmaster would have been fun. He's at 4 life. Wouldn't work though. He's probably gonna win before there's a Underworld Breach is gone. Who needs that? We're not winning, we're interacting. A Bray deals 3 damage to only creatures. Don't work. There we go, Pyroblast. I'm casting my Pyroblast on your Born Upon the Wind. And if you had a Heuristic Study, I would have paid for that too.
I realized, I think I got bamboozled by the deck. I just don't have a win in my hand. This Pyroblast just... So I can't stop this. I have the force. Like, I'm not dead to Pyroblast here, but I can force the Pyroblast. I can cast the Lion's Eye Diamond. I can cast the Mox Amber. I have a Consult. Okay, wait. Maybe I'm not as dead as I'm saying, because Mox Amber, Lion's Eye Diamond, I can Consult for another rock. So probably Consult for Mox Diamond. That doesn't help me though, because I'm still just at 1 mana. If I didn't have Yogwill in hand, I could Consult for Yogwill and then cast Yogwill of the LED mana. But I actually couldn't because of the Necro. Never mind. I have no way of making 1 additional mana. Yeah, I just checked my deck list. I have no way to make 2 mana from 0 mana because Mana Crypt is bad. So while I could protect this, I feel like there just might not be any reason for me to, because sure, I counter the Pyroblast, but I still do nothing. Unless I draw a win of the Born, do I believe in that? No. Should I believe in that? I don't think so. If I get 1 more mana in any way, we can do Grim Monolith into Talisman into Dramatic Reversal, and then we go in. So if I draw any sort of mana, we're good. I probably die to Snuske before I untap. I'm safe from Yule. I'm taking 2 damage. No Snusk is killing me. I have 2 little life. So I actually do need to save myself here. I'm taking at least 2 damage from Snuske's turn, from what I know on his board, I think. Grim Monolith, and I think it's the mana to cast the enchantment as well, which is 2 damage ping. I'm not guaranteed dead, but I'm very likely dead. We're gambling on top deck here. So since I'm betting on drawing mana, I will actually force the Pyroblast, which is also my only free interaction that I already had.
Pontus,
I'm exiling the spheres.
if you die or don't win here, I'm gonna be so sad because I'm dead too.
Yeah, I know. No, but this gonna be sad too because I die and he can't draw as much. Force resolves, Born resolves. I will draw. Holy!
You gotta be kidding me. Did you draw Mox Diamond?
Yeah,
The namesake card for the deck.
Oh, we're so back. I don't know. I'll cast the Mox Diamond, pitching a Watery Grave. Watery Grave goes to exile. I'll tap 2 for a Grim Monolith. Tap Grim Monolith, float a colorless, cast a Talisman of Progress. Tap Talisman for blue, take damage, go down to 2. Use the colorless floating, cast a Dramatic Reversal. Reversal resolves, I will untap my mana. After a lot of deliberation, I'm like 1 mana short for several different lines, which is sad, but that's life. So instead, we just set up. And the best way to set up is to start not dying. So cast an Aetherflux. Aetherflux resolves. I'll cast a Mox Amber, trigger Aetherflux, hold the priority. Cast a LED, trigger Aetherflux, actually hold priority. Cast a Chalice of the Void, X0, trigger Aetherflux. And the way this works is Aetherflux checks the spells I cast on resolution. Aetherflux was my 7th spell, so then it would be 8, 9, 10, 11. So I would gain 11 times 4 life from the stack result. 10 life. I forgot the Mox Diamond was in play. I'd cast 3 things. So I would gain 40 life, 30 life. I am good at math, but not when I'm thinking about lines at the same time, okay? I promise. And now we're here. I don't have any more free spells to cast. I have this consult, but it doesn't really work. I can crack LED in response, exiling my whole hand, but there's no single card that actually makes me win the game. The cards that would do that would pretty much be Meme Betrayal, but I don't have the extra colors for it because Mox Hammer isn't live. It would be Prince's Grasp, but that's in my hand. Or maybe Time Twister / Windfall. Those are very risky, but could maybe work. But those are also in my hand. So all my lines just doesn't really work. I guess I could consult for a Rhystic here, but I think that's just overly aggressive. So instead, we're moving to cleanup. Keeping this hand, and the rest are discarded into exile.
Alright, taking my turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Let's start off by this. I am attacking Pontus for 2. Trigger Loki. Everyone mills a card. I mill a Culling Ritual. Culling of the Week, I mean.
You gotta. There's a Bergie.
Berg is interesting.
From me, you get a City of... I don't want that. City of Traitors gone.
City of Traders and the land, so I gain another special. Yeah, that is kinda interesting, I think. Probably casting Harmfell, I guess. Tap this for 1 red. After that, I will crack 2 treasures and tap this Pitbog for 2 black mana, so I have a total of 5. And cast a Harmfell. After that, I will just pass my turn.
Untapping and drawing a card. Play and crack a Scalding Tarn. Getting a Steam Vents. And cast Vivi. Losing 1 to the Cephalic Colosseum. Use the 2 colorless to cast a Grim Monolith. Trigger Vivi. You all take 1 and Vivi gets a counter. Yeah, you made wrong. Tap for 3. Floating 1. Cast a Talisman of Creativity. Trigger Vivi. Get a counter. Everyone takes 1. So I think we only have 1 Hail Mary here. Tap this for a red. And using the colorless, taking 1. And I'm going to dash a Ragavan. Super Hail Mary. Who has the highest odds of having something useful? I'm going to move to combat. And I'm going to attack you with Ragavan.
Oh no! Why didn't I have a commander up? I take 2. And exiling this Dual Custom H.
That is a really bad card. I don't need that at all. Well, that means I can do nothing. So I will do nothing. And I will pass the turn.
Let's see if this is the fastest turn in history. Draw a card. Pass turn.
Go to my turn. Untap, no draw because Necro. Land for turn would be a Tundra. I will tap 2 to cast a Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory resolves. Then I'd like to tap 4 to cast my commander, Noctis. Gaining 1 life from Voice, 2 life from Noctis. Then I will cast my Urza's Bauble from my graveyard, paying 3 life in addition to the 0 that it costs. This will trigger Aetherflux Reservoir and Chalice of the Void. So because both of these triggers, I will gain 3 life, because it's actually my 3rd spell, negating the life lost from Noctis. And the Chalice will counter the Urza's Bauble. And Noctis states that it enters with Finality counter. But because it's countered and doesn't enter, it will just go back to graveyard. And now, from graveyard, I can cast it again, paying 3 life, trigger both of them. This time I gain 4 life. So this way I can repeat this to gain infinite life, an infinite storm, and then just activate Aetherflux Reservoir to kill the whole table. Good game. So, as you see, I'm a gambling addict, but sometimes it pays out, and that was pretty epic. I actually have to give compliments to Aetherflux. Like, I always thought it was a pretty bad card, and especially nowadays when Necro is as good as it is, I would have said there's no reason to run it. But honestly, Aetherflux is the reason I won that game, after the amazing top deck, of course. Because, like, gaining 30 life post-Necro and just passing just let me guaranteed win, basically. Mons was completely hellbent from stopping me. Joel was hellbent from before and was unlucky with the flips. As this kid didn't really have the gas to get there, and I also had a silence for him if he actually got somewhere. Aetherflux, good card.
I felt like a master interactor. I stole the Niv Mizzet. I sacrificed my entire life in the end.
About to sacrifice my life too, because Pontus had an Esper Sentinel. I was thinking the whole time, if he cast the Tassa's Oracle and the Consultation, I would Final Fortune myself and die as a Rakdos interactor.
I like that. I support.
By the way, I did have Tassa's Oracle Consult when I went for the Necro line. I just saw the open mana from both of you and we're like, I'm not taking that chance. So...
It's amazing how 2 Rakdos decks can make you that scared.
Yeah, I know. But I also kind of, like, this kind of does enforce my belief as, like, interacting with other people doesn't win any game. It just...
No,
someone else at least.
I'm not saying that my game plan was going great. It was like,
you're
you're putting ball on play. I have a tainted pact. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna do it because I can, not because I want to.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with with what you did, because if you're dying either way. I just want to teach the audience that interacting is cringe. Just try to win instead.
I agree.
Yeah.
If you didn't take my Niv Mizzet, this game would have been very different. But hey, that's what happens when you always go third or fourth. If I ever go first or second, just wait.
We will be back with more new commanders again. I think Vivi is definitely gonna appear on the channel more, so don't worry if you didn't get to see Fire Sparks enough. In any case, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be back in the future again. Take care.